Today, we're gonna have a tarp talk. On the search and rescue team that I'm a part of, we're required to carry tarps with us when we go out on missions. The reason for that is we may have a patient or two or three that we have to shelter either overnight or for an extended period of time because the weather's bad, the terrain's gnarly, and it's going to take some time for us to get that person or persons out. Now, most people are going to carry one of two types of tarps. The first types that some carry are the more expensive tarps that have these reinforced tie-outs like this. I personally really like these. The downside, however, is that it costs anywhere from $80 to $100 for a tarp, for most tarps that have the reinforced tie-outs like that. The other type of tarp that people can get are these right here, and these are just your basic hardware tarps. They're only like $8. The problem with them is the grommets fail pretty darn easy when you get into weather and wind and snow, etc. Now, the other day I was out doing a little practicing with one of these hardware store-bought tarps, and we had some snow, we had some wind, and one of the grommets got completely ripped out of the tarp, and the other three grommets became heavily damaged. So in this video, what I want to do is show you specifically how you can fix a grommet that's lost the grommet completely, and then also how we can reinforce grommets that are going to get compromised. And I suggest that you do this before you go out in the weather so that in the middle of the night your tarp shelter doesn't go kaput. For our first grommet fix, we're going to fix a grommet that has no grommet at all. This is what happened to me the other night. It was on a different tarp though, and this whole thing failed. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a washer, and that's going to become our new grommet. So I've got a washer, and this is Gorilla duct tape. And all I'm going to do is reinforce this entire corner and tape in this washer. Now, once you have this thing taped up how you want it, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some scissors and just trim along here. And now we're done. Pretty simple fix. Now we're going to have a tarp that's going to perform a lot better. Now just keep an eye on that as you're out in the field. I'll put a link to another video I've done where if we don't have a washer like this, we can actually improvise a grommet just with duct tape and simply cut like a slit here, and that'll work. So I just got done showing you how to fix a grommet that had no grommet. It was actually pulled completely out. And now I want to show you is how do we reinforce the corners that still have the grommets, but frankly we know they're gonna tear out if we get into any kind of weather. So what we're gonna do is just, again, duct tape. And again, in my situation here, this is Gorilla tape. Now it is pretty cold out here, so I'm really making sure that this stuff sticks so that it doesn't peel away in the middle of the night, because that would obviously defeat the purpose. So I am making sure I get a good adhesion to the tarp material. All the way over the top like that. It's looking pretty good. And you can bet when I'm out in weather the next couple days that I will have this tape with me handy in my pack so that if I get any issues here, I can fix them quickly. Now if you'll notice, there was nothing super fancy about this. It's just kind of going back and forth until we've reinforced every possible failure point on this grommet. It's not very pretty, but that's not the point.